Hello, I'm LaVonne. Welcome to the first in my series of step-by-step videos. So this piece is called the Autumn Dresser. So you saw how it turned out, and here's how it looked when it came in. A little bit rough. There was a lot of scratches and dents. There was some paint and nail polish on there. Um, and there was also some glitter on there. So some looks like someone used it as sort of like a saw board. So yeah, it was in pretty rough shape. It was a pretty dresser, and it had lots of potential. So first thing to do is to start with Dixie Belle White Lightning. That you can dilute and put in warm water and spray all over the entire piece and wipe it down. This dresser isn't bad compared to some of them I see, but it gets the worst of the dirt off of the piece. So it's just always a good first step. So as I mentioned, you wipe it down completely, but then you come back and you want to make sure that you rinse it. So you can just take another rag that's wet and wipe it down thoroughly. If you don't follow this step, then you'll have residue on the piece and your paint doesn't want to go on as nicely in those areas. So important to make sure that you finish this step and wipe down after you use the White Lightning with water. Prep is important. We always tell you you can just start painting, but you do, each piece is a little bit different. They aren't all as clean. So if there's a little bit of defect on it, you want to take care of it. So I typically don't sand, but this piece, because of all the chips and dings and the glitter, I wanted to sand it. So I especially worked in that glitter area. I don't think it was glue and glitter. I think it was more of a glitter nail polish, so it was kind of smooth, but I still didn't want any of those little flakes showing up. So I did this step. And then the next thing I did was to come in with Dixie Belle Mud. Now this is a light piece, so I chose white. And all the places, I just went over all the places on there that were irregular, had gouges, and I just used the handle of a little plastic silverware and just go over all those places and fill it. It has the consistency sort of like peanut butter or icing, but you see all those spots. The idea is just to fill them. And the reason why I use the plastic silverware is because I just throw it away then. You don't want to wash this down your drain because it'll harden in your drain. Because what happens is after you put it on the piece, it'll harden. And I love this so much more than wood filler because it's very sandable. It's really super easy to sand and make very smooth. So this is really good stuff. So continue that. It really doesn't take long for it to dry. You can see how I filled up that real deep gouge. And then we come back in with the sandpaper. And just do this lightly, just enough to make it smooth. Generally, I recommend a sanding block for that. I want to thank you for watching and stay tuned because there's more steps in this series. So every Saturday at 4, you'll watch me transform a piece of furniture. So also you can join me on LaVintageDecor.company, at LaVintage Decor on Instagram, and LaVintage Decor Altoona on Facebook. And please subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications bell.